Hello again. Here we are at Daredevil Bar, and we're getting ready to install some countertops. We've already got the sealer down on them. We've brought them in. We let them sit overnight to acclimate to the weather inside this climate. We have dry set all the countertops in place and lined up the edges on the outside and got our gaps, placed the countertop exactly where we want it, got our elevation to match up completely from one end to the other, which is very crucial that you do that. And we preset some shims underneath to get our spacings right, and then we tape them in place because we are going to have to move these countertops so that we can seam them and hook them together. We're going to hook them together with some little dowels and knife grade epoxy that sets really fast, and it gives you about a minute and a half to 2 minutes really to get your countertop set in place. It's about how long you're going to have to get it set in place. So it's imperative that everything is exactly the way you want it before you start, and then you basically slide them apart and then slide them right back together. Underneath the countertop, we silicone it in place. That has a lot of time with it, so we pre-silicone, and that allows the countertop to slide a little bit in place before we get ready to do this. Makes it a little bit easier to do the knife grade epoxy. We also have clamps. The clamps are to put on the edge. Typically when we clamp the edges down, we'll put either a shim or a board or something in here to clamp on top of so we don't mess our countertop up, and that also helps us keep our plane in place. We don't put this on, however, until we've got it in and planed out the way we want it, and then we put this on just to hold it, and then we can move to our next seam. The knife grade epoxy, we just typically, you can use it on the seam on the top if you want to seam it with knife grade epoxy. You can put color in this. However, I prefer to use a silicone caulk in here because it stretches and it moves a little bit, so if you got a little vibration or something, this could possibly crack on you and come out. Where if you put it on the dowels that you put in there, it's not going to crack and come out of there, but it could come out just on the little seam on top. So we'll use a silicone that gives us a little bit of movement. And now we're ready to get started to seam, so we'll pick that up here in just a few moments.